Are you sleep deprived? Perhaps because you stay up too late, get up too early, or just have problems sleeping? Have you ever thought about how your lack of sleep affects how you interact with other people? Neuroscientists have worked out a great deal of the circuitry involved with sleep, but we're only just beginning to understand how sleep affects our social behavior. The problem is sleep deprivation. What's sleep deprivation? Well, it's achieving less sleep than required for you to normally function, whatever that means for you. It's studied in the laboratory, and it's also looked at in people who are naturally sleep deprived. For example, shift workers, people who maybe work a 12-hour shift and then have 2 days off, and then they work another 12-hour shift and another 2 days off, and that kind of thing. The big effect that we know from sleep deprivation is that it messes up our self-regulation. When you're sleep deprived, you're more likely to choose energy-dense foods, things that are unhealthy, like sugary, fatty foods. This is perhaps because our hormones get all messed up in terms of how they signal whether or not we're actually hungry and whether we need more food. People in shift work jobs often reward themselves with food when they're done with their shifts, and this doesn't help with their health. The mechanisms behind this are talked about by Dorian et al. In 2019, and although this might be partially due to hormones, it might also have something to do with our mood, that because of the lack of sleep, we get into a negative mood, and in order to elevate our mood, we go ahead and eat sugary, fun foods like that to get ourselves happier and in a better place. But it also messes up our social behavior to have all this sleep deprivation due to its effects on our self-regulation and our moods. Shift workers report a great deal of negative emotions, often blaming it on their shifts. People in the laboratory who have their sleep disrupted have more problems with executive control. That is, they have a hard time making plans and stopping and starting actions. People who are sleep deprived have more lapses in attention that can make it difficult to be a good group member. For example, nurses reported making more errors when they had less sleep in the 24 hours prior to their shift, but they were also more likely to catch other people's errors. So they are making mistakes and catching them in other people. Sleep-deprived people also blame others, and here's a laboratory study that showed that sleep deprivation turned a bunch of healthy young people into jerks. They were more likely to blame other people and became more hostile in their social interactions. The latest research suggests that sleep loss can affect the connections between the medial prefrontal cortex and the amygdala, which has a lot to do with processing potential threats in our environment. How this plays out at work is illustrated here, where an underslept boss is more hostile and abusive to her employees and just uses less charm when she wants something. If the employees are also underslept, they'll take it out on each other and offer less help to one another. It's a vicious pattern. Social neuroscience is just beginning to appreciate the importance that sleep has on our social behavior. Follow me for more information on social neuroscience.